So as I was saying, I've been in business for 24 years. This call is every week, every Wednesday from 2 to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I am, let me just connect that. We good? You guys can see my screen? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, great. So I want everyone to know that I'm not selling anything. I'm not offering anything anyone. I'm not a financial advisor in any way. I'm just here sharing my story with you in hopes that you guys will use this platform and pretty much just, share information with each other and we learn from each other. So just a little bit of background on me. I started my career in the mortgage industry in the mid-90s. I did a lot of rehab flips and leased probably over 100 properties throughout my career. And then in 2001, deviated a bit from real estate and I built a 150 capacity restaurant from ground up. We got a staff of about 15 people, including managers, chefs, servers. So I really wasn't involved as far as like any cooking, just involved in the actual building, setup, and managing of the restaurant. We pretty much did that for about 8-9 years, sold it. And then in the last 10 years, I have focused 100% in representing clients in both residential and commercial real estate. Now, I purchased my first multifamily deal, which was 34 units in Texas in 2015. I was really, at that time, my husband and I were looking for a way to create cash flow and generational wealth. And here are some of the reasons. Here are some of the reasons why I invested in multifamily property. And I hope I can inspire you guys to also do the same. So one of the reasons was cash flow, right? We were looking for a way to make our money work for us. And cash flow in a nutshell is your rental income minus all of your expenses equals your cash flow. Number two, it was an incredible way and an opportunity for us to have the tenants pay down our loan. Someone's mic is on. You guys mind muting yourselves? Not sure who that would be. Let's see. I think I got it. Sorry about that. So we pretty much we were looking for, the multifamily, and I just think was a great way for us to have tenants pay off our loan. And then appreciation, right? We're looking for an opportunity where we are cash flowing with that potential where the property is going to appreciate. And I'll be very honest with you guys, when I bought in 2015 in Dallas, I was not looking, I knew that it would appreciate at time, but I was banking on just my cash flow. Because in 2015, appreciation was not the same way that it was here in California. California, it's a no-brainer. You buy, and usually the property value, property values in California are very, very strong. We didn't see the appreciation in Dallas at that time, but we knew that over the long run, it would appreciate. And number four were the tax benefits. The opportunity for you to depreciate, have depreciation, which allows you to expense a portion of the physical structure each year. And then you do your 1031 exchange, which is awesome because it allows you to defer your capital gain taxes as many times as you want to. So a little example of what we were able to get ourselves into. And we purchased a value add multifamily property. And what does that mean? Where there's an opportunity that you can improve the condition of those properties so that you can increase the rent, and that's how you increase the value of your multifamily property. So we purchased the property for $850,000 back in 2015. That was 34 units. And at that time, we were ready to go and apply for a loan. And when I looked and found this property, I was dealing with the owner directly. So he happened to be a real estate agent. I happened to be a real estate agent, and it just kind of was meant to be. We were able to connect. We were able to pretty much just negotiate on our behalfs. And nowhere there did it say, and I really bring this up because nowhere on the listing, and I think I found this like on LoopNet, nowhere did it say that the seller would finance or carry a note. Nowhere. So I'm putting that out there because I think it's important that you all understand that you should be able to, if the opportunity, if you're given an opportunity, hey, what do you have to lose? The worst they can say is, no, we're not interested in doing that. We lucked out. He was very interested in carrying a note. And so we gave him a $350,000 down payment, and they financed $500,000. So what this allowed, it really made the process very easy for us. And it gave us the opportunity. We did a 2-year loan, a 2-year term with him, and it allowed us to remodel and update all the units and increase the rents. And so when year 2 came, we were ready to refinance. The property appraised at about $1.6 million. We got $1 million loan. We were able to refinance, pretty much get all of our initial investment and whatever money we put into the repairs. And right now, today, we have zero money invested in this, of our own money invested in this property. Now, today's value, and we're talking, this is 2021, so it's been about, what, 6-7 years, we're at $2.7 million. That's the current value of the property. So cash flow was there, appreciation for sure. I never in my life, never did I once think that it would appreciate this much, but it did. And I think that that's just not only that market, but as if any of you on this call follow the real estate market, knows that real estate is super, super hot. And that's both multifamily and residential. I think just all real estate right now is doing amazing. Any questions so far? Because I know this is a lot of information. All right, we're all good. All right, cool. So let me stop sharing. We have a special guest today, and I am super excited. Chat is just awesome. She is a beautiful human being, very knowledgeable about the multifamily world, has been involved in hundreds, I believe, or maybe even more, multifamily units. And I invited her today so that she could share her story, her journey, what she has done with all of us, in hopes, again, that, you know what, this inspires you, that you guys learn from this. And pretty much, you know, we use this platform exactly for that reason, for all of us to learn. So welcome, Chat. Thank you so much for joining us, and the stage is yours, my friend.
Thank you so much for having me, Anna. What an honor to be here. And I don't even know what value I'm gonna be bringing in here, but I hope that whatever my journey was in getting to apartment investing will at least inspire even just one among all of us here, and it will be enough for me. It will be a fulfillment for me. I am from Los Angeles. I did prepare, you know, the presentation, but I couldn't find it. I just saved it in my screen thing, and I couldn't find it.
Did you share? Is it on your desktop?
Desktop, yeah.
So if you click on it, open it up, and then you share your screen, you can open up your presentation.
Yeah, but I'm so bad in technology. I couldn't. Um,
Uh-oh.
should I reduce this one, this thing? My son is not here to help me. um, oh my
You
God.
know, you do it however you feel. Whatever way you want to, I think will be great.
Okay, so I did have the presentation, but most of the presentation that I did, you've already said. But to introduce myself, I got into real estate myself. I've always been interested in
Okay.
real estate, but um, being from Los Angeles, my husband then was the one that was more in the actively, investing in real estate. And, I wasn't so much, but I know that real estate was really the way to go for. It's not a sprint, but it's a marathon of creating wealth. And I knew that. So he was not very, but a thriving and successful forensic CPA here in Los Angeles. But he made sure that he did some investing in real estate. And at one point, I wanted to get my license. I think it was in 2006 when I thought of getting my license, but my schedule, I was opening my spa and all that. So it never happened. So fast forward, my husband suddenly died on sudden manner. So now all of a sudden, my world was completely turned upside down. I had my spa in Brentwood because that's where I lived. We lived at that time in Brentwood, Los Angeles, California. And so my world just got turned upside down. I did not know what to do. I did not know where to go. What do I do now? Fortunately, he was in finance, so he knew how to take care of whatever happens to me. If something happens to him, to take care of me. So that was intact, but at the same time, I wanted to make sure that how do I do this? How do I grow this? This is very important for me to make sure that I keep the I I don't want to call it wealth, but I keep the money and grow it in such a way that it will make me live the same lifestyle that I had, even though he is already gone, even though I'm already old. I'm technically retired right now. I'm 60 years old. I'm blessed to say I've retired at the age of 55, but it's because I'm telling you guys, it's because of my apartment investing and real estate investing. So fast forward, I my first reaction was to sell my house in Brentwood, but everybody says don't sell. This is just emotional. Keep it. So I rented it out for about 2 years, the longest 2 years in my life, because I realized in the first month of renting that I did not want to be a landlord in Los Angeles at all. I happened to have a diva of a tenant. So that in itself, and with a boyfriend that knew how to work the system of renting. And the system here in Los Angeles, as far as renting, they're very tenant friendly. They're the system here in Los Angeles is very anti landlord. So every day I would pray that, oh my God, I hope to God that they will pay, because this is my monthly, monthly income. I was fortunate that I was able to rent it, and I was also blessed and fortunate that I owned the house outright. And so that is in place, but I knew that I could not be sleepless every night. Every week there's a drama, including the story goes on and on, right? So I knew that after 2 years, I was gonna I wasn't gonna let go. I wasn't gonna be a landlord. But at the same time, my CPA was advising me that I was going to sell that house because I owned it free and clear, take advantage of the tax advantage of a widow, step-up widow, so that, as a matter of fact, I saved probably about $600,000 to $700,000 from capital gains, and reinvested in 2 condominiums, you guys. I don't know if you guys are all from Los Angeles, but 2 condominiums, pay it all outright and make that as my retirement at the same time, so that sounded so good. I didn't know anything else, but that sounded so good. If I had that income and I don't have to, but it goes back again for me to become a landlord here in Los Angeles. And I got petrified. My experience with my first experience was not good. So there has to be something. So what I did was I had an insomnia. And so every night I would watch TV from the death of my husband, grieving. I would watch TV, and 2:00 in the morning, there was a TV show that says, if you did this, single family homes, and you will make so much money and all that. So I signed up for that. That didn't work out because I ended up losing so much money from signing up for a coach that I never saw since then. But because of my attending these network events, it was in Las Vegas, I got to exchange numbers with a lot of the attendees. To this day, these are still my friends. And we exchanged books and podcasts that I'd never heard before, the podcast. So I said, podcast. And I discovered that there were so many podcasts in real estate investing. And so I was scrolling down, about to drive in the 405, which becomes a parking lot, as you guys all know. And I found this podcast regarding apartment investing. So, and they said they were going to have a seminar here in Los Angeles by LAX. I signed up 3 days later. I was there. And then that's when I discovered apartment investing. To make the story short, it sounds easy, but it's a lot of long and winding road and commitment and work and studying and full immersion and all that. But thank God it led me to this space of apartment investing outside of California. And I said to myself, that's not very comfortable for me. I like to control what I have invested my money on, which is why I'm not comfortable with my money being managed by my financial manager with the stocks and bonds. That is why I needed to learn something that I could control and be involved at and have knowledge at. I know nothing about funds and stocks, and these are all, to me, as far as I'm concerned, speculations, right? So, fast forward, I made my decision to invest in apartments, and thank God it is the best decision in my life that changed my life. And it's a long and winding road, but that's why it got me to Anna and the people that I got connected with. That's one thing about here in multifamilies investing is very generous. They're willing to share their experiences, and they're willing to help if you just ask for help. And for me, I don't claim to be. I'm at my age. I'm retired now. I don't aim to be a syndicator anymore. I just want my investments be to be put in a right investment and solid that will give me all the benefits that Anna has mentioned: the cash flow, the tax advantage, and the appreciation, and the scalability. That, to me, number one is scalability. I'm thinking back what if I just maintained my house in Brentwood right now? I'd be so worried every single month. If that one client will move out, my $10,000 a month will
Right.
will be gone, until I rented it up again. So whereas if you have, like, for example, 50 units, let's do like 50 units. If one person moved out, you have 49 units that will cover the one unit that you had. So that scalability was the biggest thing for me. And also always the great partnership and relationship. Apartment investing is a teamwork all the time. So that's why they say your network is your net worth. So that's my journey to apartment investing. And because of all these seminars and boot camps and meetups that I've gone through and led some meetups here in Los Angeles, Marina del Rey actually is where I did my live meetup before COVID-19. And because of this, I just realized we as women were so outnumbered. So therefore, I came up with the idea of, founding a women's group called Multifamily Women's Mastermind. That will empower and encourage and just a place for us as a sister bonding and uplifting in apartment investing group. So we started as 3 people, and now it's like we're almost 900 people, all in the multi-family apartment investing, goals and mode, and so it's been a wonderful ride, and I think that's what I can tell you. I've started as a limited partner in many investments first, because that's part of what I decided to do, to learn the business really well, and then also to scale your knowledge and to leverage your knowledge through your partners that are very much experienced. And then I am now also doing general partnership opportunity, not as a syndicator, but as part of a team. There's going to be a lot of, it's like, you probably ask, how did you become a general partner when you don't want to become a syndicator? Every team will need something different from you, and every team you'll always have a value in every deal. So know your value, and make sure that you reach out to the syndicators, that make sure that they know you, and you also have to perform. You have to also prove your worth to them. Of course, they're not just going to get you to become a general partner if you don't have the value. And then it will be good. And I wish you all the luck. And if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to.
So Chat,
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Walk us through what, so when you started as a limited partner, what did that look like for you? Like if you can go back to your first deal, right? What did it mean? What did it mean financially? What did it mean responsibility, risk level? Just kind of walk us through, share that with this group.
Yeah, because the first time is the really, really nerve-wracking, and so I was so nervous. I couldn't sleep. Oh my God, this is not just $10,000. This is a lot of money. It's like, what am I gonna do? But I made sure. To me, number one, I made sure that I spent time with the team, the partners, because to me now, if you ask me, the number one most important for me is the team. Any good deal, if you don't have, it could be the best deal that comes to your way, but if you don't have a good operator and team, it will make your business down. It will break your deal. Whereas a not so good deal, if it's operated by skilled and good people, they have their own, they have their values like you, and skilled, great track record, they will pull that not so great of a deal into the best deal if you're in the right team. If you know what I'm trying to say. So
yeah. when you don't know, right, you don't know these people and you're just getting to know them.
Yeah.
What kind of questions do you ask them, or what really are you looking for? I know you say spend time with them, but when you're spending time with them, what are you really looking for?
I'm looking for their integrity. You don't ask them, you ask the people surrounding them. That is the reason why I go personally in the networking, and I go and ask, hey, have you invested in hey, do you know this person? And trust me in this, people will talk when they have bad experience in that person, but people will talk also when they have great experience from that person. So the best thing is to ask from everybody else that they are connected with.
And is it acceptable, or is it okay to ask those operators for possibly a list of people that they've, partners that they've had that maybe you want to connect with, and ask what their experience was, kind of like a reference? Is that normal?
It's normal. You can do that. I never did that because it's
okay.
This space, this world of apartment investing is very small, that almost everyone knows everybody. And when you trace their track record, for example, these operators, they just closed a deal in Georgia, for example, and they're doing a deal in, let's say, Phoenix, or for example, you can track who are the general partners there, who are the limited partners, and then you can ask. You don't need to ask them that question if you don't feel comfortable. It's so easy. They're so trackable, traceable, or whatever. It's so easy. It's a small world. Mm-hmm.
So you just ask around and people will know. People will tell you.
But if you ask me now, if am I able to ask all those partners that I've had, I can easily go there and ask them. But what's the point? What if they only gave you the best person that they've had partners with, you know?
True.
Mm-hmm.
True.
It's best that you go to their track record.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you go to their track record, to their past deals, and ask who are the general partners and who, more importantly, are the limited partners. Because you want to know how they treat their limited partners, because I am going to be a limited partner, you know? So,
so what exactly does the limited partner role play in this whole in the team? What do you do? What's your responsibilities as a limited partner?
A great question. I'm picking it up, but you're spotty, just to let you know.
It's the internet. Yeah, I know, it's the internet. I don't know if it's your internet or I don't know if it's.
Yeah, I had a problem with my internet logging on. But yeah, the question was, your question was, I'm sorry, I didn't.
So the question was, oh gosh, what did I say?
You were asking the difference between the limited partner and the general partner.
Yeah, thank you. So what is your responsibility as a limited partner?
There's not much a responsibility as a limited partner. That's hence the limited, hence the passive investor. And I chose to do that also only because I just came from becoming a landlord from Los Angeles, and I had a traumatic experience that I just want a little bit of a hands off. So this basically is an handing off your money, which is a nerve-wracking thing to do, right?
Right.
Handing off your money to all these syndicators, and you have no say whatsoever. You have no say as far as the voting rights. You have no say as far as, you just wait for your cash flow to come in. You just wait for your money to grow, and you know. So that is the advantage of the limited partner. But again, you don't have a voting right. You don't have any involvement in management. So therefore, I am zero stress-free. I have no worry. I can focus to my learning the business and doing reading, whatever, learning everything else, so that I will become maybe one day a general partner. So that was my plan before.
And as a limited partner, you are given an opportunity to review the project and at least to see what it is that you're going to be investing your money in, and to know what your return is, correct?
Totally. A lot of the people I know, I'm surprised, because I know a lot. You know that, Anna. I know so many people. I'm surprised they can just invest their money without showing in the property. With me, I make sure, even as a limited partner, I make sure that I go in there and really see the place, have a feel of the place, even though I don't have voting rights. I just did that on my own because I want to make sure that it's tangible. I can see it. It's real. It's not just an address that they put it in the document. Yes, everything's going to be reviewed. Everything's going to be in a contract. Your lawyer's going to, check everything that you will sign, and your CPA and all that. But I still want to go there personally. So yeah, I encourage my limited partners to go and visit.
Which makes sense. And I know that I've shared with those on this call my journey, and I mean, there's no better lesson than to actually boots on the ground and being there and walking the property and looking at the condition and looking at its potential. I mean, you have to be there to understand, right? And especially if you're going to invest as a limited partner, even if you're not going to get involved, because that's the whole point of the limited partner, that you're going to trust whoever you're investing with, that they're going to do what's best for everybody. Because just as involved as that limited partner, that other general partner or the operator is they have the same, I mean, there's that same risk, and no one wants to lose. But like you said, it is very important, right? Who you choose to invest. I mean, you just don't want to if you've got extra money laying around and you don't care if you lose it, okay, that's different. But I know that we all work very hard for our money.
Exactly.
And we don't want to lose it.
You don't want to lose it. And for me, as a limited partner, as a passive investor, it was a choice between, do I want my money in the stock market where it's all speculation and it could crash any day now? Or do I want to invest it in a tangible property that I know that is solid and that I know that is, of course, I'm not going to invest in any deal that I don't know about the property and the team and the area, the location, the growth, the path of growth of the property, and all the factors that needs to be done and to be learned before I invest.
Another question, when you are a sponsor and you're inviting other investors to come on board, do many of those do many of those limited partners actually go out and see the property, or
I
do they
encourage
not?
them, but not all of them. That's why I said to you,
Okay.
it's amazing that people will just invest without going to the property. But again, as I said, for me, I'm just speaking about myself. I cannot invest in any property without me going out there and checking.
Right. But I think that's also, I mean, that's also a great thing for you, because if they're investing money with you, they're trusting you, they know you, right? So they're like, if she's investing, I'm okay, because they already know your track record.
At the end of the day, Anna, you've been in this business for 20 something years. At the end of the day, there is no deal without trust. That's the number
100%.
one, you know. So how I became in here, how I came in here, and how you got me in here, it's because of trust. You trusted my journey. You trusted my my uh, my uh, my track record, and I trusted you at the same time, because if I didn't trust you, I wouldn't
Correct.
put my name in your you know, an event like this.
Correct. And I appreciate that. I really do, because it's not easy. I mean, I want everyone to know on this call to actually get a guest speaker to come and join these, you know, there's so many of these groups and
Yeah.
meetups. I mean, to actually get someone to come and join,
Yeah.
it's easy. I mean, you really have to have a relationship with that person
Yes.
who trusts you, right? Who knows you're professional,
Yeah.
who knows that you're just not talking, because you guys all know there's a lot of people out there that it's just talk, 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 talk.
Okay, that I'm glad you opened that topic. There's so many people out there. They don't have. I want to share this also, since you
Yes, please
opened
do.
that
Please do.
platform. There's so many out there, because I don't want you guys to think that real estate investing, especially apartment investing, is just easy. Like I just decided, we all just decided, okay, it happened. I just want to, and then, but some people, because they know that it's a lucrative place to build wealth. It's not, again, it's not a sprint. It's a
Right.
marathon. It's
Right.
work every single day. But there's some people out there, they decide to you know, to just be in the space, and then create a podcast, create an event, create this, and make a loud noise in social media, and that's it. They think it's that it. The real investors, my real investors, they don't even look at the social media.
Mm-hmm.
In reality, it's your relationship one-on-one.
100%.
That's the truth.
Yep.
Because it's based in relationship and trust. Again, and in your track record and your integrity.
Right.
You know that, Anna, very well, because you've been
agree.
in business for so long. So, you know.
I agree. I agree. I think that, I mean, I'm glad you touched on that, because there is a lot of, you know, rah-rahs that we all are exposed to. And we think, because that's what we're seeing,
Yes.
right, that's hey, that's the way, or that's the way to do it. And it's really not. That's why it really is important to really connect, and to try to connect on a personal level with people that are doing what you are interested in doing.
Yeah.
And that's just how it opens up. I mean, I think that all of you on this call have been doing. I mean, Chad, I've had people on this call that have been attending for months, and they're doing, you know, every week they're here, and I'm extremely grateful, because I do this as just a platform to connect with people out there, and to really just kind of spread the word on multifamily, because that is one part of my business that I am looking to grow. And you know, I invested, and my experience is just that one deal that I did, but you know, it was enough for me to learn.
Yes.
Because there's nothing like really being in the actual battlefield and going through those, the turbulation, because there were problems. I mean, it wasn't as easy as it sounds. It was very, very hard. And I've mentioned to them that prior to purchasing a property, I spent, I mean, a couple years researching and learning the market. And then I would fly out in like maybe, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks at different times to just study the market.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So that I mean, and that's just me putting in my own money. So I think that even if you're going to invest with, another group, if you're going to get involved in syndications or give your money to somebody else, another group, you should still do that due diligence, right? Find out where that property's at.
Yeah.
Run the numbers. Have somebody run the numbers for you. Again, connect with those people, right? Who are they? Talk, ask around, because it is so true. This multifamily world, it's the same group of people, right, that move to the different events. Yes. And you will see those same people, and you connect with those same people, and there's some great people, but again, like anything, we're human, right? There's some not so great people as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Any other questions? We've got a few more minutes. Don't be shy. Just open up, ask any questions. You've got Chat here who's actually done it. Chat, are you invested? How many apartments are you invested in right now?
Oh gosh, as a limited partner, I think to be honest with you, and I'm like probably close to 2,000 units as a limited partner. Okay. As a general partner, I will be almost 1,000 units.
There you go.
As a general partner, yeah.
So guys, this is an opportunity to ask someone that actually owns, thousands of doors and has been around. Any questions? I mean, it doesn't matter what stage of this journey you guys are in. Great opportunity here to ask.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to answer the questions if I can.
And there's no wrong questions, okay? There's no wrong questions at all.
There's no wrong question for sure.
I have a question.
Sure.
Go ahead, William.
No, go please. Please feel free.
Okay, thank you. So I'm here for the first time, and this is great. Thank you so much, Chad. It's been great learning your experience. And thank you, Anna, for coordinating this. I live in LA as well. I'm interested in out-of-state multi-family investing. What would you recommend?
I'm sorry, Nav, can you make it, can you come closer to, I can't hear you. I'm so sorry.
No worries. Is that any better?
That's better. Okay.
Okay, perfect. So I'm interested in out-of-state multifamily investing as well. What would you recommend, my first steps to be to get started in that?
Okay. Yeah. The first thing is, Nav, get totally immersed in apartment investing, not just real estate investing, apartment investing, space. When I say apartment investing, outside of California, because there's two different apartment investing. You could be apartment investing here in California, or you could be apartment investing in Phoenix, Dallas, Georgia, or whatever. So by me getting totally immersed, I attended every seminar that comes my way and read all the books. I will share you the books if there's a chat in here, the books that I started. Crushing It. Where I have so many copies of it, but I give them away. I gave them to my son, to my family, to everyone. Crushing It in Apartment Investing by Brian Murray.
Hey,
so
Jess,
that to me is the number one.
Can you put that on the chat? Let me have my assistant put that on our chat. That'll be great.
It's called Crushing It in Apartment Investing by Brian Murray. Brian Murray, Murray. That to me was the one that opened really of course, the very basic one is the Rich Dad Poor Dad, that when my son was still a baby, and I've been reading that. But this one propelled me to apartment investing, and made the apartment investing like so reachable. It was so like impossible for me, but he made it so reachable for me that I made it a mission to give it to anyone that wants to invest in apartment investing. That to me, and of course, what else was this? The oh gosh, can I send it to you, Anna? Because I'm having a mental blank right now.
Sure. No worries.
Yeah.
So we have by Brian Murray, Crushing It in Apartment Investing.
Yeah.
So that's I think that, you know what, that's a great gosh, what's the,
that's to me really made it. It didn't it didn't make me go to apartment investing because I was already in apartment investing, but it really changed my trajectory in apartment investing, because I was starting to get discouraged. But this guy went through so much. He started from self investing himself in his neighborhood, and then duplex, then fourplex, and then he discovered syndication. He discovered that apartment investing was the way to go, scaling and all that. So that to me was the one that changed my opinion in apartment investing. So what else? What was the other question now?
Thank you, Chad. That was the question. How would I get started?
And Nav, I'll recommend, I did it, the way I did it is I had a mentor who had picked Dallas as the place where he was investing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very easy for me to just follow. I wasn't going to reinvent the wheel. Tony Robbins says, don't reinvent the wheel. Just follow someone that's already done it. And so that saved me a lot of time, because he spent years figuring this out. And then I decided I was going into Dallas, but I didn't know where in Dallas, right? And so that's where I spent about a year studying the market, just going through properties. And again, I didn't have access to CoStar. I didn't have access to a lot of stuff. I mean, it was just LoopNet and just searching, right? Whatever way, I don't even know. I mean, we were just searching, but I flew out to Texas, and I did. I spent, weeks at a different times. I'd spend it out there and just driving around, connecting with other agents. And I talk about this on my weekly call. When you're looking to pick an area, you really have to connect with brokers out in that area. You've got to connect. You guys have to hit it off, right? And if you hit it off, guess what? And you follow up with them, something comes up, they'll call you. It's just the nature of the beast, right? Yeah. And so as long as you're being proactive in it, it will happen. It will happen.
It will happen. Yeah. I used to be very, very scared. It's like, what is this world? This couldn't be true, It's like, it seemed like, it's like, there's no way I could be investing in 500 units apartment, 250 units apartments. Like, there's no way. But at the end of the day, it's about teamwork. You cannot just do this by yourself. I don't care what you say. Yes, Anna is so lucky she did it on her own, and most people do this, and that's the best way to do it. But it's I don't know if you agree with me, Anna, Annabelle, that the scalability is faster if you
100%. 100%. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I am looking to scale, right? So now there's just different things that I need to think of in how am I going to scale? It's
Yeah.
gonna happen. I mean, I'm for
It's
sure
gonna happen.
doing it,
Happen.
but I'm in that process of trying to figure out how is it gonna happen for me? Is it gonna just, am I gonna maybe partner with one or two people, or am I gonna partner with a larger group? I don't know, right? But I am thinking in that world of I'm gonna have to do it with other people because I just don't have enough, right, to just go on my own and go out and buy 200-300 apartments.
Yeah. The good news, Annabelle, is in this multifamily investing space, you have all the options.
Yeah.
It's a la carte. It's up to you to decide what fits best for you. Do you want to just JV with somebody? Do you want to go in with a syndication? Do you want to just see? It's open for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and
Yeah.
same thing with everyone else here. If you have a value that you can contribute to the team, you will be okay. You will make it, and you will be good in this business.
Cool. Williams, you were going to ask a question.
Yes, well, one question I was going to ask Chad is, well, two is if I put on a dress, can I join their women's mastermind? But
you know what? There are so many husbands and boyfriends that want to join, but unfortunately, this is for the women. And we're not trying to be sexist. It's just a place where we can just be women, you know.
I know. I'm only messing with you. But but the other question is, where do you think, where would you say the best place to invest in multifamily or syndication? Do you have any particular area that you concentrate on?
That's a great question, William. Because studying the area, the path of growth in itself is a completely another topic that Anna should tackle on in another time. But to make it short, yes, I have particular areas that I invest in only because there are factors. Number one to me is the path of growth, and there's a lot of there's a lot of ways for you to study that. One is the CoStar, and two is just by knowing the trends of where the growth of population, growth of economic growth, which it means employment has increased, which means let me just give you an example. The reason why I invest only in Austin, Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, and now I'm looking to, I've been looking, but it's almost too late because the properties are too hot, almost like California is Phoenix and Tucson. But the reason why I am investing in those places is because all the employment, the big corporations have moved there. Atlanta, it's a given. It's a given that they have all this big corporation. Houston, big corporation, non-oil company. Same thing with Austin. Same thing with Dallas. Same thing with Dallas. All this big corporation growth. I'm invested in Dallas as well. So yeah, Phoenix. So I will only concentrate on the path of growth. Where did Toyota move? Where did Tesla move? Those type of things. Where's Delta? Atlanta, things like that. So those are the factors that I look at, and that is the reason why I invest in those places. Don't get me wrong, there are still some places that are going hot right now, like Birmingham, Alabama, like North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm not too hot with Kentucky, but there are still other great places aside from those places that I mentioned.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, William. And Good luck to you and Nav.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Well,
Bye.
thank you guys so very much. Chat, thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining our space here and enlightening us and sharing with us some valuable information. And again, guys, we are here every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And Chat, you're welcome to any time, whenever you want.
Thank you.
I know you're always busy, but if you ever feel like joining in, just let me know. And
Oh, it's my
you're
honor. Yeah.
more than welcome. And I'll get everyone a copy of the recording. If you guys want to listen to it again, you're more than welcome to. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much. Take care. Thank you again, Chat.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Be safe, be well.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty.
Thank you both.
All righty. Take